Hello, everybody. Good evening. So today is our learning by saying again. Okay, how this learning and saying work? Learning by saying work is that we will conduct this. Everybody, good evening. So today is our learning by saying again. Okay, how this learning and saying work? Learning by saying work is that we will conduct this. Everybody, good evening. Today is our learning by saying again. Okay, how this learning and saying work? Learning by saying work is that we will conduct this. Zeng, I receive a feedback. You hear that?
Yeah, is it from you or me?
I think it's from you because you never use a mic. We will conduct this.
Is it?
Could be big. Zeng, I receive a feedback. You hear that?
Yeah, is it from you or me?
I think it's from you because you never use a mic.
Yeah. Is it?
Maybe big. Zeng, I receive a feedback. You hear that?
Yeah, is it from you or me?
I think it's from you because you never use a mic.
Yeah. Yep.
Maybe big. I receive a feedback. You hear that?
Yeah, is it from you or me?
I think it's from you because you never use a mic.
Yeah, I think from you. Can you close Facebook or something?
Come again?
Maybe from Facebook.
From you.
You might have something open. Can you close Facebook or something?
Come again?
Maybe from Facebook.
From you.
You might have something open. Can you close Facebook or something?
Come. Hello?
Yeah. Hello.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
It's from my Facebook, sorry. It's me. Okay, so let me start again. So, okay, this session is learning by saying. So what is going to happen here is that we will conduct this session of learning by saying to help people who have learned something from books or seminars or YouTube or Facebook to actually after what they have learned, right, to share with the general publics on the things that they have learned. And a lot of times when I talk to at the speaker, when the speaker share, they also learn about the subject they have newly acquired. So it's a good platform for you to practice on the things that you have learned by sharing with people or coaching or teaching others. And then how we do have a Facebook, and also we have a library of all these videos that we have that we conduct every session is inside the YouTube. You just need to type learning by saying, you will see all the videos that is being stored in YouTube. And for the Facebook, right, you can also join us. How do you join us? Basically, you go to learning by saying under the Facebook, and what you do is that you go to the sign up. Yeah, you sign up. After you sign up, you can actually let us know by signing up, and then we can invite you to be the next speaker if you want to share, if there's something that you would like to share. And today we have Zeng as our speaker. Let's give a round of applause to Zeng. Okay, so Zeng today will be sharing a topic Dao De Jing, which is a 5,000 years old literature by Lao Tzu. So he will be sharing chapter 26. He will do a book review on Dao De Jing. So I hand the time over to you, Zeng.
All right. Thank you, Jonathan.
Thank you.
So first, yes. First, this is a chapter 26 over 81 chapter. Let me share with you what is this chapter first. The heavy is the root of the light. The unmoved is the source of all movement. Thus, the master travels all day without leaving home. However splendid the views, he stays serenely in himself. Why should the lord of the country flit about like a fool? If you let yourself be blown to and fro, you lose touch with your root. If you let restlessness move you, you lose touch with who you are. So again, one more time. The heavy is the root of the light. The unmoved is the source of all movement. Thus, the master travels all day without leaving home. However splendid the views, he stays serenely in himself. Why should the lord of the country flit about like a fool? If you let yourself be blown to and fro, you lose touch with your root. If you let restlessness move you, you lose touch with who you are. So I will share in three areas. One is what does it mean? Second, why is it so? And third is how we can apply to our life. So the first thing is, as I just mentioned here, this is a key. Light, heavy, uh, move, movement, and still. So the root is the heavy, and the root is a still. Yeah. So what does it mean? For example, like calm, or when we are calm or we have stable emotion, then it's like heavy or it's like still. But if when we walk or we move, if we move slowly or we walk or we run, if we are slow or move slowly, then it is the still. It's nearer to the stillness or nearer to the heavy. And or okay, the heavy, the light is like emotional. It's movement. Like when we are so emotional, it's like high movement, a high energy or passionate. The neutral state is the root or the heavy, right? So what is the consequence? In one of the version, the original text, he said that the king who travels far, but he does not leave his wagon, which is heavy. So he's rooted in with this heavy, the wagon, the vehicle. So he is not swayed or attracted by the beautiful things, like maybe beautiful girls or other beautiful things. Um, then another one is the consequence. The consequence means if you are not with the heavy, if you are light and you are being pushed back and forth. That's what I mean by consequence. If you be in that state, the lightness or the movement, if you are in that state, then you get the consequence. So he say another thing is like the king who is very rich, right? And if he if he move back and forth, he will lose the respect from the people. If he's very passionate, then he may even lose his throne or his kingdom. So why is it so? First of all, in the nature, if you see in the nature, the heavy is in the bottom. If you have liquid, right, you have heavy liquid and you have a lighter liquid. The heavy liquid is at the bottom, right? Or if you put the anchor in the water, the anchor is heavy, it's go to the bottom. So the light is on top. Or as another example, the tree, the root is the one on the soil or the ground, and the branches or the leaf at the top, right? So when there's a wind, which one is moving? The leaf, right? The leaf and the branches moving, but the root not moving, right? So the light is moving, but the heavy is rooted. Another example is like water, the steam. Water have different state, right? Like ice, liquid, and steam. So steam is light and it can fly away, right? But if the solid state like ice, then it stay there. Liquid is less, is moving also, so it's transition. So liquid can also move out. Yeah. So the heavy is stable. The one is light that is moving, and the heavy is the root. Okay, so why is it a disaster for the king if he's so emotional and attached in ruling his kingdom? Because let's say if he's emotional and attached, he will have favorites. Let's say he has favorites people, then his mind will not be clear. When his emotion, then his mind won't be clear. Like he won't know who is the right people. He cannot judge properly because maybe he likes certain officer or certain people. Then he cannot judge the situation properly. So the more emotional he is, the more passionate he is, the more likely that he makes the wrong decision. Yeah. So can I give the example like in the Romans of Three Kingdom? So I think the I don't know in Chinese the one Lu, right? king. I think his Quan Yu, he was these two younger brothers were killed. Then the king, he was so emotional. He wanted to revenge, so he tried. He even though his officer stopped him and say that maybe it's not the right time, but he insisted to march and to revenge. Then in the end, he was killed. Yeah. Then that is very, yeah, that is the example of so emotional, and he lost the kingdom, he lost the throne, and he lost his life actually. Yeah. So what is the how can we apply it? How can we apply this? So if you see yourself or around yourself this sickness, it is a sign that you are losing touch with the core or the mastery or yourself. For example, if the things are moving so fast, if the around is very noisy, or if you are moving very fast, like physically, like you walk very fast, you eat very fast, or you run very fast. For example, if you catch a bus or you're driving, you try to beat the traffic light or you try to rush. Yeah, so that is a fast movement, right? Or if you are moving fast mentally, like okay, keep constantly need to think this project, next project, this project, next project, no break, like stress. So that is a movement, moving very fast moving. Like our life, like society now is very fast paced, like need to make use all the time, and take advantage all the time, no free time. If I have free time, I need to do something. Yeah, so that is a fast movement. Or if you feel, if you are too emotional, then you lose the ability to judge or the awareness, right? So if you feel that you are too emotional, then you lose a bit that ability. Or if you keep changing your mind about things, like, oh, today I want this, but the next day, other things.
2 more minutes.
Yeah. Then the next day or 1 week later, another thing. Yeah. So the mind keep changing. Yes. So that is also a movement. Yeah. So what should you do if you notice about that? If what should you do if you notice you have those signals? So as Lao Tzu said, the root is the heavy, or the root is the steel. Yeah. So when we find ourselves moving so much, then the logical way is to slow down and to get back to the low energy, meaning like the stillness, the quiet. Yeah. And how do you know that? It's the awareness. But first you need to understand that if the in a high state, then we will lose control ourselves in the movement. Yeah. So how to practice? You can practice like walk slowly, do things slowly, eat slowly, and just take time and observe. Yeah. And so by doing things slowly, we gain control and we gain the awareness, and we will have the stable state, because the stable state is the slow. Yes. So as a summary, the main gist of this chapter is the light and the movement and the stillness. The heavy and the stillness is the root of the light and the movement. Yeah, the unmoved is the root of the move. Yes. So what we want is we want to be in this state, in the root, then we be very stable. Yeah, that is my sharing. Thank you for listening.
Thank you, Zheng. Okay. Time is up. Give me a second. Okay. So now is a question and answer time. So how we do the question and answer is that we will have 5 to 7 minutes, and then let me just take a check, see whether is there anybody who is. Oh, by the way, you have to wait for a while. I have shut down all my other windows because earlier on I have a feedback.
Yes.
So what we do now is that or maybe Zeng, over your side, can you check, see whether in
I cannot
Facebook?
log in. I cannot log in WhatsApp. Or
Okay.
you, which one you want, Facebook or?
Facebook.
Okay, let me see if we have any. If you are watching now, you can also type the question in the Facebook.
Yep.
When people reach. Okay. Nothing at the moment on
Okay.
the
So let me check WhatsApp.
internet.
Okay, while I'm checking the WhatsApp, right? Maybe I'll ask you a question. So
Yep.
if all the time, just now when we were talking, right, we have to be what we call maintain our state as still and being heavy. So if all the time, right, we are being still and heavy, right? Because I have
Yep.
another kind of school of thoughts, saying
Yes.
that sometimes we need to have energy, we need to be passionate, on speech, on actions, and on stuff like that, like anything that we do. Energy is power. A lot of the teaching says that. So if we are all the time calm and cool, then I see that it could be in conflict with another school of thoughts. So then how do we incorporate the both of them?
Reconcile, right?
Yeah, or how do we mix
Okay.
them so that we
Yes.
can
Okay. Yeah. So I can give another example. I can think of is like when we are still or we are calm is like a planning stage. Recently, I read some saying that when we spend 1 hour planning, we save 3 hours of action. Yeah. So planning is the still. And another thing I can remember also is right, Warren Buffett. He is doing value investing, and he's like also fishing. The one who is always moving is like trader, go in and out, in and out, in and out, and actually spend a lot of money for commission to the broker. But for Warren Buffett, he is waiting, like still. But then when he waiting for the perfect opportunity, like hunting, then he jump and catch the big one. Yeah. Okay. So when you mentioning about the energy, right? I think that is when in the action. I think in the action. So what I'm saying is that, yeah, I think in the action, then you have energy. Okay, I think for those who attended the warrior camp, there's another one is wizard camp. Yeah. So in the warrior camp, at the end of warrior camp, the trainer said, you cannot always be energetic, otherwise you run out of battery or you will die. Like, I think it's the same. Like during the day, we are happy. We are like what you call. We are energetic. We are working. But if there's no night, then we will die. Maybe after a few days, we will die already, exhausted. Because the whole day is not. I mean, the whole 24 hours is the daytime. It means you are energetic. Then you will get burned out. I think you get burned out. Yeah. So what I'm thinking for my understanding is that stillness is a must. It's a must have. It's a must have. Because the reason why I'm saying is that because we think that we are wasting time by doing nothing, or we are wasting time by sitting. Like Warren Buffett, maybe people laugh at him. Hey, people are so active in the market, go and invest here and there, buy here and there, in and out. Why are you stupid sitting there, But then he is the one laughing last because he catch the big fish. Yeah. So when he take action, then he take action with, I think with maybe conviction and I think energy, I think. Yeah. So I guess first stillness is a must. Otherwise, we will get burned out, and then we will lose also the sense of purpose or the meaning as well. Like, wow, everyday work. Hey, what is it for at the end? What am I working for? Like I forget because without sitting, without staying still and slowing down, I don't appreciate that I'm working for my family, or I don't appreciate that my let's say my children is singing or dancing. I'm just working because it's wasting time if I don't work, right? Yeah. So because people thought that the life is so short, then they are constantly moving. I think that is a problem. Then you will get burnout, and second, you get to lose the purpose. Yeah. So what I'm saying is, I mean, this one is the nature law, whereby the root is the master is the still. Yeah, it's the same. It's the same. Another thing I can give you example is like if you are arguing with another person, maybe the couple. Let's say if only one person argue. When you argue, you raise your voice, have high energy. Do you think you win? Actually, I think the one who keep quiet wins, because the one who keep quiet is the one heavy. The one who try to raise the voice and do this and that. After a while, he get tired. He or she gets tired. Then later, yes, and the emotion is so hard. I mean, the emotion already is so cloudy the mind. But the one who sits still can think very clearly and see very clearly, and what course of action he can respond to the other partner. Yeah. So that is the benefit of staying still and quiet. Then the awareness is super good. That's what I can see.
Okay, so actually, we have that means we have to do some action when it is time for action, and some stillness when it is time to be still. So, having said that, is there any proportion that you would like to advise our viewers? What kind of proportion should we take in terms of being still and passionate and emotional and stuff like that? So, is there any like, for example, what we do? What is the time we should allocate to being still, and what's the time that we should allocate to being? Is there a proportion, or is there a way that we can gauge?
Yeah, I think it depends on individuals and depends on the type of job, right? As I just mentioned, if you are fishing, if you are go fishing, then it's like 90% you are sitting and planning. Then maybe 10% you just pull the rod and so on, right? But maybe other job, other activities might be different. So I guess it's maybe on individual. So what I can suggest is that you try, and maybe you try like half an hour or 20 minutes or something, or 10 minutes a day, sit down and do planning. Yeah, or just sit quiet with yourself. Yeah, something like that. Then then you will see the benefit, and maybe you want to increase or decrease. I guess it's individual. Yeah. And actually, talking about sitting and planning is consistent with what Stephen Covey is talking about, important versus urgent. When we are urgent, we are moving so fast. Everything have to be done, need to do everything. That actually not effective, because we may do unimportant thing. But Stephen Covey said, first you need to understand what is important. How to know what is important? Only by sitting down and be quiet, then we know what's important. Then he said, do the important thing. Yeah. So that's the 7 habits. He talked about the quiet time, I think. Yeah.
Okay, thank you very much, Zeng, for your sharing. Our time is also up. And to our viewers, do come to our Facebook and like us. Is Learning by Saying. And just like us, and then also do subscribe to our channel. And okay, so we'll see you the next week. And have a nice week ahead. See you.
See you. Bye.
Bye-bye.